Alright, so in this lesson, we're going to learn how to take 2 points and write an equation. So we're given a graph with 2 points. There's a couple of different ways that you guys can do this. We're going to start by finding the slope. So that's the first step. So step one is to find the slope. So to find the slope, we can look at a graph and count how many we're going up and over, so our rise over run. Or we can use our slope formula in order to find the slope. So we get to pick which point we want to do first. So from point 2, 3, and point -1, -5, we get to pick which one's going to be point 1 and which one's going to be point 2. So I'm going to pick this as point 1, this one's point 2, so this is x1, y1, x2, y2, and I'm going to use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is the formula for slope, as you guys recall. So we're going to find y2, so that's -5, minus y1, which is 3, divided by x2, which is -1, minus x1, which is 2. I have the same sign, so I'm going to add and keep. 5 plus 3 gives me an 8, and we're going to keep the sign. Again, same sign, so add and keep. So 2 plus 1 is 3, and it's going to be negative. Since I have two negatives, I'm going to have a positive, and 3 and 8 have nothing in common, so I'm going to get 8 over 3. All right, so this is going to end up being our slope. From here, we're going to pick either one of our points. So we can pick point 1 or we can pick point 2 and plug it into our point slope form. So let me erase this. Again, our slope is 8 over 3. So I'm going to write that information right here, 8 over 3. And we're trying to plug it into our point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. All right? So we can pick point 1 or point 2. It doesn't matter. Just because I don't like negatives, we're going to pick point 1. So, like I've said before, y equals parentheses and x. These things are never going to change. All we have to do is plug in our information. So our slope, our m, is going to be 8 over 3. So we have 8 over 3. Our x1, since we're going to pick point 1, is going to be 2. So minus 2. And our y is going to be minus 3. Remember, our minuses, our subtraction signs, are coming from the formula. Now, this was step 2. So step 2 was to do point slope form. So step 2 was to do point slope form. Step 3 is to take this and change it into slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we need to make this look like y equals mx plus b. First, we're going to distribute. So we're going to distribute 8 over 3 times x. So we get y minus 3 equals 8 over 3x. and we're going to also distribute that to the negative 2. So 8 times negative 2 gives me a negative 16 over, this is technically over 1. So we're going to do 3 times 1, which gives me a positive 3. The y is still not by itself, so we're going to have to move the minus 3 over. So we're going to do the inverse operation. So if I see subtraction, we're going to add to both sides. This does not have an x, so I'm not going to put it under the x column. I'm going to put it under this one. So plus 3. So I get y. These guys become a 0 equals 8 over 3x minus, now I have a problem. I have a fraction with a whole number. I can't do that quite yet. So I'm going to do the math over here. So I have negative 16 over 3 plus 3. I'm going to put this over 1. In order to add fractions, I need to have the same denominator. So since I need a 3, I need to multiply 1 by 3. And whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So I get negative 16 over 3 plus 3 times 3 gives me a 9 over 3 times 1 gives me a 3. Now I can subtract. So since I have different signs, I'm going to subtract. 16 minus 9 is 7 over 3. And because the 16 is bigger, I'm going to have a negative right there. Now I can take this and plug it in right here. So I get my subtraction sign, which is right here already, and do 7 over 3. So then this is going to be my final answer.